Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Today, the story of the 500 bhikkhus. Penja Satta Bhikkhu Vatu from Dhammappada. This is the last story in the Pandita chapter. Last time we have already talk about many stories in this chapter. This story only remained. Sabbata vesapurisa jajanti na kama kama labayanti sando sukhena phoda athawa dukhena na ujjavajan pandita dasayanti. Everywhere, good men practices renunciations. Good men talk not as if given to such a pleasure. Wise men touched either by happiness or by sorrow show no change. Myanmar. သူတော်ကောင်းတို့သည်ခန္ဓာ၅ပါးစသောသဘောတရားအလုံးတို့၌တတ်မဲ့မောမှုကိုစင်စစ်စွန့်လွတ်ကုန်၏သူတော်ကောင်းတို့သည်ကာမတို့ကိုအလိုရှိကုန်သည်ဖြစ်၍မပြောဆိုကုန်ပညာရှိတို့သည်ချမ်းသာဆင်းရဲနှင့်တွေ့စေကာမူဝမ်းမြောက်ခြင်းနှလုံးမသားရခြင်းသဘောကိုမဖော်ပြကြကုန် This Dhamma Desana was given by the Buddha when he was dwelling at Jetavana Monastery in Savatthi city with reference to 500 bhikkhus. This Dhamma Desana studied from Virenza city. You know, Virenja city is also quite famous during the Buddha times. Why? Virenja city is not the capital city of the country. This is a small city. Like Savatthi city, this is the capital city of Savatthi country, ruled by Kosalakan. Rajagaha city is also the capital city of Rajagaha country. Varanasi also capital city. But Virenja city is a small city in India country. But it is also quite famous. Why? The Buddha spent his 12th vasa in Virenja city together with 500 bhikkhus. Then the Buddha also talked about Virenja Sutta in this Virenja city. Then one thing why this city is famous, although it is very small. Okay, Virenja Sutta means there's a leader of the head of this Virenja city. There's one Brahmin who is the leader of these cities. He is very old Brahmana. One day, he met the Buddha. Then he accused the Buddha. Oh, Samana Gautama, Yahan Gautama, I have You don't give any respect to the elder. The elder. You don't salute any elder Brahmana, etc. It is true. Then the Buddha said, there's no elder than me in the world. To me, the Buddha is the eldest one. Is it? I don't see any human being, Deva, Brahma, Mara in the world who I should salute, I should worship. That is why I am the eldest in the world. If I pay respect to one person, pay homage to one person, human being or Deva or Brahma, then his head will fall down on the ground. Is it? The Buddha says in this way. Briefly, this sutta is very long. Then, the Viranja Brahmana also accused the Buddha with many words. You are not delighted in taste. Is it? You are not delightful in taste. You dislike the taste of this. Sure, I have no attachment to, Ruparamana, the color object or sight object. Is it? Sadharamana, sound objects. Gandharamana, smell objects. And also taste objects and touch objects, even Dhamma objects. He has no delight. Dhamma objects mean the regarding sensual pleasure. That is why if you want to say, okay, I have no attachment to those 6 objects of sensual pleasure, especially 5 objects of sensual pleasure. Is it? Sensual pleasures. Then he also accused another way. You are not consuming. You are not consuming anything. Yes, I don't consume sensual pleasure. I don't enjoy with the sensual pleasure, the Buddha says. Then another one. You have a kind of view you should not do. Is it? You should not do akariya vada. You should not do. Is it true? Then the Buddha also answered, yes. I also said my disciple not to do the bad actions, docharita, not to do akusala dhamma. Sure, I have such kinds of view. He also answered. Then he also accused another. His accusation is another thing, but the Buddha answer is differently. But later he will realize. Then number 4. Then you are also talking about the cutting of everything. Is it? Sure. I also talk about to cut all akusala, not to do all akusala, or to destroy all akusalas by practicing noble effort, all 3 trainings. Then number 5, sasauda tu phitte. Then you are disgusting. You are the one who is disgusting. Is this? Yes. I also disgusting to do docharita, evil actions and akusala. Sure, if someone is doing the evil actions, I dislike. I dislike this person. I'm disgusted with this person. Or in this way. If someone is doing akusala the same way, he dislike. Number 6, you are a destroyer, is it? Or he also accused with it. Sure, I'm destroying not the country, not others' families' houses. I'm destroying only raga, dosa, moha, kilesa, and akusala. Oh, yes, I am a destroyer. I am a destroyer. I destroy raga, dosa, moha, kilesa, and akusala. Then he also accused another word. You are a worry person. Is it true? Then, you have a kind of practitioner. You have a kind of practice that it will be worry. He also accused with this word. No, okay, it is also true. I have a kind of practice to make the docharita, 3 back actions and akusala to be worry. By practicing 3 trainings, novel 8-4 but then docharita will be worry or akusala will be worry with me. Is it? The number 8. Then you have no conception taken patisandi in the future. You have this kind of view. Sure, I will never be reborn in any existence. I have destroyed the craving for existence. The Buddha answered, or whatever he accused. Then finally, he became Buddhist. Is it? He became Buddhist. Previously, he was not Buddhist. Then, he also took 3 refuges. And Bande, please recognize me as your disciple, Upasaka. Then, please also come to our cities to spend Vasa, this coming Vasa. According to his invitation, the Buddha went to his cities together with 500 bhikkhus. Then during the 3 months Vasa, what happened? After inviting, the Buddha also stayed in the monastery in the Virenja city. Then Virenja Brahmana forgot the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Then he never offered any food to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha for 3 months Vasas. Is it? Don't do like this. After inviting, he didn't offer anything. Why? He forgot the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Why? Mara, the evil one, deceived all people in the Virenja country, including Virenja Brahmana. Because of Mara's deception, is it? Then what will happen? Then nobody wants to offer any food to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Although they entered into the cities for us food. Then Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas, 500 bhikkhus, entered into the Virenja cities for us food. Then what happened? Then nobody offer. Even maybe they don't think this is Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha because of Mara deceit them. Mara make confusion, the forgetfulness there. Is it? That is why they have no intentions to offer to Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Not only one day, for 3 months, rain retreats in Virenja city. Then how the Buddha survived during these times? How the Buddha survived me? There are also 5 dealer, horse dealer, trader, is it? Merchants of the horses. They also came to Virenja cities from the other country. Then, together with 500 horses, to sell and buy the horses. At that time, they have the food. The food is we call maybe wheat flour. Is it wheat flour or barley food, barley rice? Therefore, the food for horses. Then they also offer this, the barley food or the wheat powder, wheat flowers to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Then Venerable Ananda also make the wheat powders for the Buddha, and they eat with this one only for 3 months. They had no good food. Well, that time actually, Varanja city is also experiencing the shortage of food catastrophe. Is it a kind of the scarcities of food? Scarcities of food. Dope Kandra Kappa, like now in the war. Even Myanmar also coming like this. Is it? The scarcities of food. That is why very difficult to find. One day, Mara also deceived the people in this city. Because of those conditions, nobody offered any food to Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas for 3 months. During this time, the 12 was of the Buddha. During this time, Venerable Moggallana want to use his psychic powers. Why? He want to take the nutrients from under the earth. Then he wants to offer this nutrition to the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha with his power. Then the Buddha didn't allow. Then, if the Buddha didn't allow, he also requested another way. Then he will go to Uttarakuru Islands, North Islands for Anspu. Then he will offer Anspu to Bhikkhu Sanghas for all vasas. He requested. He can go Tawarinda Devaran or Uttarakuru, the other islands, with his power. Then the Buddha also didn't allow. No problem. He only just eat wheat powder together with Bhikkhu Sangha. Is it? During this time, when the Buddha didn't allow Venerable Moggallana's request, later generation, not only now, later generation, they will also experience such kinds of scarcities of food, shortage of food in the future. At that time, there will not be any bhikkhu like, any powerful bhikkhu like you at that time. During the Buddha time, when they experience such kinds of shortage of food, they can solve with their power. But now, nobody can solve, no bhikkhu can solve such kinds of problem like Moggallana. Then they will criticize Bhikkhu Sangha. Is it? Then if they criticize Bhikkhu Sangha, they still have Sila Samadhi Panya, then they will fall into Ufu state. To prevent this condition, the Buddha didn't allow Venerable Moggallana's request. One day, why the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha experienced such kinds of scarcities of food for 3 months. This is the Buddha's, the bad commit results. One of the 12 bad commit results. Number 9. Ninth. Why? During the post-Buddha times, the Buddha abused. The Buddha also scolded and abused the Bhikkhu Sangha of Buddha's disciples. Then you should eat the wheat powder. Is it? Then he used his mouth. He didn't control his mouth. Buddha to be bodhisattva. Is it? Then because of this, he also fall into the full state. Then he escaped from. Maybe although he became a Buddha, this is his last birth, but he experienced the result of his backward toward the Posa's disciple Bhikkhu Sangha. That is when the Buddha also experienced this difficulty, shortage of food. Is it? Because during this time, then afterwards, the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas were returned to Savatthi city. Then he informed the Viranja Brahmana. At that time only, then the Buddha asked Venerable Anandas to inform Viranja Brahmana. Then we are correct. At that time only what happened? Then he, I forget. I invite this Bhikkhu Sangha, the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas to our city and didn't offer any food and robes. Then at that time, the last day only, you see, he invited Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas for alms food. Then he also offered alms food and 500 sets of robes to each Bhikkhu. Then the Buddha returned to Jetavana monastery. But when the Buddha reached the Jetavana monastery, condition is different from Vesali country. Savatthi city is very rich and there's no scarcity of food. Then when the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas came there, the many Upasaka and Upasaka came to the monastery to offer alms food, very good food, delicious food. Is it? Then at that time, what will happen? What will happen me? Bhikkhu Sangha's mind is no change. Although they experience the scarcities of food, they ate wheat, flour, and Viranja city. At that time, nobody complained. We eat only very spicy food, very sweet food, very poor food. They never complained. Is it? They keep quiet. Don't worry, I will not say about you. They never complained. Then when they eat very delicious food, very good food in Jetavana monastery, also they are not happy with this condition. They don't show happiness or anxiety in their face, their mind. Why? Okay, the commentary say, Pichima Janata Sotapano, the last person is Sotapana. The last person is Sotapana, the last person is who? Venerable Ananda. The rest of the Bhikkhu are Arhanta. Is it? In Viranja country. Venerable Ananda is the last person. He is only, Ananda alone Sotapanna. The rest are Arhanta. Or like this. That is why, although they experience such kinds of loka dhamma, worldly condition, their mind is not changing. They can bear with any worldly condition. But in Jetavana monastery also the same. When they have good food, okay, they can practice meditation more. They can stay with the Dhamma most of the time. Their mind is not changed. But one thing, there are 500 beggars. The beggars mean they eat. They are maybe the remaining food eaters. Leftover food eater in the monastery. 500. You know how Jetavana monastery will be very big. Monastery will be big, is it? There are not only 500 bhikkhu will be more and more. Then we went to Viranja country, it's only just 500 bhikkhu. In Jetavana monastery, there will be many thousands of bhikkhus. But there are also 500 remaining food eaters in Jetavana monastery. Not only here, when the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha went in Viranja country, they are also there. They also follow. Why? They are remaining food eater from the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. Is it? At that time, they also need to eat this one. At that time, their mind is changing, different from Bhikkhu Sangha's mind. That means they are not happy with this food. But there's no choice. No choice. Why? They also don't want to walk themselves, only just wait remaining food from Bhikkhu Sangha they eat. Then Bhikkhu Sangha also eat the wheat powder. Then they also need to eat. At that time they complain. Is it? But here in Jetavana monastery, Bhikkhu Sangha also can eat very good food. Or the remaining food eaters also the same. They also can eat very good food. Many good food remain from Bhikkhu Sangha. At that time what happened? They don't care. They show their face. They are very happy. After that they don't care Bhikkhu Sangha. Is it? They don't care. When they are living in Jetavana monastery. After eating they sleep. They don't care the Bhikkhu Sangha or any person. They also talking. Is it? They don't do any weird wisdom. Then, after sleeping, they also went to the rivers to swim. They are also playing differently. For example, sometimes they are dancing, sometimes they are playing bouncing. They are sometimes making the war each other. Is it? In this way, they are doing many bad manners inside the monastery or outside of the monastery. Why? Their mind is different from Bhikkhu Sangha's mind. That is why when they experience bad worldly condition, they are not happy and they will complain a lot. But when they experience good worldly condition, they are very happy, and also any condition, they have bad manner, they have no good conduct, only just bad conduct. Is it? Inside of the monastery or outside of the monastery, they are different from Bhikkhu Sangha. Briefly, Bhikkhu Sangha, although they experience good or bad worldly condition, their mind is not changed. They don't show any happiness or complaint, pain in their mind or their face. But the remaining food eater, when they experience bad worldly condition, scarcities of food, at that time they are not happy and they complain a lot. But when they eat good food in the Jetavana monastery, at that time they show happiness in their face. They are very happy, etc. Is it? Also, they have bad manner only, bad conduct only. Then many Bhikkhu Sanghas gather in one Dhamma hall. At that time, they are talking about those remaining food eaters. About remaining food eaters. You see, in Virenza city, at that time, they are not happy. They complain a lot and they feel a lot of suffering. We can understand. But here in Jetavana monastery, their face is different from previous time. Now they are happy. They have bad conduct, they have bad manner. Although they are eating good food, but they don't want to do Vyavacha, etc. They stay inside. The Jetavana monastery also, they are talking. They are making many bad things. They don't care Bhikkhu Sangha. Then after eating, sleep. After sleeping, they went to the rivers to swim and to play, to sing, to dance, to do kepausa, etc. Is it? Then Bhikkhu Sangha are talking in this way. At that time, the Buddha came to this place and the Buddha asked, and then they are talking about the leftover food eaters. Then the Buddha also says one story. One story means not only they are doing in this way in this life, in the past also in the same way. You know, they were 500 donkey in past life, many past life, long time ago, not only the near past life. Is it? At that time, they also eat, they also drink the kinds of liquor, alcohol. Why? Leftover liquor of the special, good horses. Actually, the people arrange the leftover liquor, maybe a kind of juice, a kind of good juice for good horses. After drinking, then there are some leftover liquor or alcohol juice. Then donkey drink 500. At that time, they also show happiness, and also sometimes not happy, sometimes happy, something like this. Because of this habit, although they become human beings, they are still conducting such the same way, like this. Is it? And the Buddha says in this way: if you have a kind of bad habit, this habit, can be destroyed by past knowledge only. That is why I need to practice to realize Nibbana. Bad conduct, bad habit, very bad habit. Is it? Then don't keep your bad habit, sleepiness. The laziness. I'm lazy. Then later also will be lazy. If you are lazy, then cannot realize Nibbana. Is it? Or if you complain, then later will be complain. Then cannot. That is why if you have a kind of bad habit, then you should change. Then the Buddha says this stanza to the Bhikkhu Sangha. What? Sabbata ve sabburisa jajanti. Everywhere good men practice renunciations. This one jajanti me, the good men me, especially the noble persons, especially Arahanta, they trying to destroy the craving, Chandaraga, the bad desires, cravings, with the Arahata's knowledge. Comment not as if given to sensual pleasure. Na kama lapiandi sandro. The noble person or the peaceful person will never talk about sensual pleasures. Sensual pleasures. Then commentary explains. For example, some bhikkhu, they have evil desires. That is why they associate with the lay people, upasaka. Then they will ask lay people how to ask. Upasaka, how is your family? Are you okay with your business? They will say in this way. Is it? Then Raja Choradina will say, okay, do you have any dangers from the king or any person? The thief? They are asking in this way, but they have evil intention. By asking in this way, then the other, the lay people will be happy, or our bhikkhu asks whether we are happy, we are happy or not happy, unhappy. Is it? Our business is good or not, etc. Then they also invite these bhikkhus to their house and they offer sandals to them in this way. Is it? Then what will happen? Oh, Bande, yes, our family is okay. Our business is also okay. No problem. We can do good business now. We have no dangers from the king or the thief or any bankrupt, etc. Is it? We have no danger. We have a lot of food in our house. Then we would like to offer the requests to you, please come to our house. They also talk about sensual pleasure. They also ask other people to talk about sensual pleasure. Then na kama lapiandi sandor. They also talk about sensual pleasure themselves. Then by saying some words to the other person also will talk about sensual pleasure. They will invite them with the sensual pleasure. Is it? That means evil persons will change their mind or their face when they experience worldly condition, good worldly condition and bad worldly condition. Santopana ida ubeyana karandi. Then you know noble persons or good persons will not do both. They will not talk about sensual pleasure. They will not ask other people to talk about sensual pleasure. Or like the 500 noble bhikkhus. In this way, Sukhena Phota Atawa Dukhena. You know, Sukhena Phota Atawa Dukhena Na Ochawajam Bandita Dasayanti. Although the wise person experience good or bad worldly condition, then their mind will not be, you know, happy or will not be worried. Or their mind is stable, will not change because of good worldly condition or bad worldly condition. You know, good worldly condition many times. Is it? Labo, alabo, yaso, ayaso, nenda, pasansa, sukhan, dukhan. Four is a good worldly condition. The other four is bad worldly conditions. Then if you are in the world, then this worldly condition cannot be avoided. You will experience this worldly condition. More or less only will be different. Most of the ordinary person, Pudojana person, when they experience bad worldly condition, they want to cry, they are not happy, they will complain. Is it? Most of the Pudojana ordinary person, when they experience good worldly condition, then they are happy, their mind, you know, always smiling. But good person, especially noble person, especially Arahanta person, although they experience with good worldly or bad worldly condition, their mind will never change. Their mind is the same, very stable. When they experience good worldly condition, they are not happy. Their mind is the same. When they experience bad worldly condition, also they never change. They are not worried. They don't worry with anything. Oh, the Buddha said in this way. You know, 500 bhikkhus and 500 leftover food eaters are different conditions. What the Buddha says like this. 500 bhikkhus, although they experience scarcities of food in Viranja city, they are the same. They stay with their dharma. They only just eat the wheat powder for their survival. When they are in Jetavana monastery, although they have very good food, delicious food, they only just consume such kinds of food only just for their survival, not for enjoyment or social pleasure. But the other food remaining food eater are different. Is it? They complain and they are happy. They make only just bad manna. Or the Buddha says with this stanza. At the end of the stanza, many listeners become Sotapanna, etc. This is the story of Pincha Satta Bhikkhu, the 500 bhikkhus. By knowing this, then trying to practice to realize Nibbana, to be able to be patient with the good or bad worldly condition. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punya, asawakaya, wahan hotu. Idame punya, Nibbanasa. Pichayo hotu Mama punya bhagam Sabha sadhana Bhajemi Te sabbe Me sama Punya bhagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu, sadhu.